Bitch, I'm God, I'm the Alpha and Omega. I'm the ancient of the days. I'm the Rahman Rahim. And you don't know where I come, you don't know from where I came. All you know is I am one with many aspects, different names. Then one day the thought formed into a word inside my brain. Then I said let it be. Then next thing I heard a bang. Then I split up into infinite dimensions with a chain. Now we're all interlinked, we are all one and the same.
What up, what's good, y'all? It's your man Sam, and here at Viral Hip Hop News. Go ahead and hit that like button, smash that notification bell. Go check out what I got going on with channel members. You can find that on the homepage here at Viral Hip Hop News. Exclusive content, great giveaways, much, much more. Appreciate each and every one of y'all who have subscribed and checked it out already, who are current channel members. We're about to turn that shit all the way up. You better believe it. But let's get to the business at hand. Lakeith Stanfield and Charlamagne the God have been at each other's throats for some time now. Now, Lakeith Stanfield is in the new movie Judas and the Black Messiah, playing the role of William O'Neal, the man that was very influential in taking down the Black Panthers, in particular Fred Hampton, played by our man Daniel Kaluuya. Well, Daniel Kaluuya was on The Breakfast Club, and Charlamagne the God poked and took some jabs at Lakeith Stanfield. But before we get to that, let's give a little rundown as to why Lakeith Stanfield and Charlamagne the God even have issues to begin with. It was a couple years back. Lakeith Stanfield said some things about black media. I'll read it now. He said it's a fact that a lot of these platforms are usually or tend to be feeding grounds for negative reinforcement towards black nonconformists. They boast a false vanity and hold a white supremacist scope over black men and women, often highlighting negative attributes and downplaying mind expanding ones. They serve as bottomless coward consumption pits and digital audio or otherwise slave mentality museums at all you want. He said some things about The Breakfast Club, which took the ear of Charlamagne the God. He took exception to that and made Lakeith Stanfield at that time Donkey of the Day. Now, Lakeith Stanfield responded to that Donkey of the Day with this video that I'll show you guys right now, courtesy of an old Hip Hop Uncensored podcast, also known as The Uncensored Truth at the time, where he kind of went into why him and Charlamagne's beef started, and then we'll get into what they're going on right now. Go ahead and hit that like button. Stay tuned. Here we go.
You tell me a show where the guest list goes from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan to 21 Savage. This show has gone from me talking about sucking farts out of women's asses to me encouraging brothers and sisters to go to therapy and invest in their mental wealth. You know why, Lakeith? Because that's life, and that's the way life works, okay? I'm not going to sit here and act like we've gotten it right all the time, because we haven't. We've made plenty of mistakes on this radio, plenty of things I've looked back on and said, yeah, we should have played that a certain way, and all that critique is fine. But Lakeith Stanfield, don't you ever fix your raggedy ass mouth to call the author of black privilege, because I truly believe it is a privilege to be black, anti-black, okay?
Okay, I'm going to try to get through this without using ad hominem attacks and silly little things about your own personal life, because I don't think that's really what we have to hear. We have to the issues and topics at hand. Now, you just illustrated that sometimes you bring good guests, sometimes you bring bad guests. And that's kind of what I hinted to in the subtext of what you just read. Basically, what I was saying is outlets like yours have a tendency to lean toward highlighting negative things. And that's true. And if you don't understand that we engaged in a war, that it's a war to be black in this bitch, that means if you ain't on the team moving things forward, then you against the goddamn team, period. So if y'all doing more of that bullshit, then that shit goes under the umbrella, which I will admit is a generalization, but the umbrella of anti-black. And that's what the fuck I'm talking about. We're going.
Ask all those white people who call up here every day complaining about me saying cracker ass cracker or mayonnaise, or asking me why everything got to be black and white. All right, ask them. Okay, if I'm anti-black, don't ever fix your mouth to call a brother like me anti-black, because Young King, I know for a fact you don't take the chances that I do every day. And
okay, whatever the fuck that means. But also, I never called you personally anti-black, but I can see why out of everybody you might be the most offended one on the goddamn show. You know, but I never pointed you out. I said the platform as a whole, all three of y'all.
Exactly why you didn't call out any white media outlets, because your publicist, your agent, and those Hollywood executives you work for would have had a fit. You would never take that chance. See, as a black person, it's safe to go at black outlets like Shade Room, World Star, Lipstick Alley, Breakfast Club, and many others, as you said, but you would never fix your mouth to say that about any of the white outlets that do the same damn thing. Because
I'm focusing on the outlets that I tend to frequent and the ones that are predominantly are dealing with what we consider the black thing. You know what I mean? Those are the ones that I'm really focusing on.
All right, so that was a lot longer of a video than you guys saw, obviously, there. If you want to check out the whole video, I'll drop a card. This video was done some time ago, but I'll drop a card right now so you guys can check out the rest of that after you finish this video. But you guys got a little bit of a context of why these two really don't get along. And now we fast forward to 2021. Charlamagne the God, DJ Envy, Angela, the Breakfast Club had on Daniel Kaluuya on their show a couple weeks ago promoting Judas and the Black Messiah. And Charlamagne the God brought up Lakeith Stanfield's name again in a somewhat joking yet disrespectful manner. Daniel Kaluuya kind of just, he didn't fall for the bait. He checked him right then and there. And then that's what prompted Lakeith Stanfield to say what he said. Let's give context to what happened, and then we'll get what Lakeith Stanfield said. Let's go.
You find yourself looking at Lakeith differently after the way he played this role? Because he did it too well.
Yo, you Lakeith still got beef. You Lakeith still got beef, Charlamagne. Is that what's it?
I never had it.
You looking at him sideways? Is that what was happening?
I never had an issue with him. I do feel like he was born to play this role, though.
Wow. No, we're not having that. Where it is, yeah? Charlamagne, where it is, yeah? But Lakeith, yeah, in this film, he makes the biggest sacrifice.
Yes,
in
he
this
does.
film, the biggest sacrifice.
He does.
And in this film, he's serving Chairman Fred. Because in order to show you what Chairman Fred is, you have to show him what he isn't. You know? You can't see the light without the dark.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And he served that. And he put himself in the line. That's not his politics at all. You know? That's not how he feels at all. And it was really tough on him on certain days. I mean, he was really going through it. And for him to not be aligned politically to O'Neal and still give it his all and still humanize him in order to show who Chairman Fred was, to show who the Black Panther Party was, that's incredible. Yeah.
All right, there you have it. And shout out to Daniel Kaluuya for kind of not feeding into the bait and checking Charlamagne the God in that instance. Obviously, these two have a long-standing issue. Charlamagne took it as an opportunity to poke jabs at Lakeith, and Daniel had none of that. Well, Lakeith caught wind of what was said, and he had this to say. He said, ho shit. This is what hoes do. Get sunned by the reality. Get off me, bro, you lame. Daniel ain't an idiot. Leave me alone, dog, and find somebody else. Now, let me say this about Charlamagne the God. Somebody that I've had a great deal of respect for getting into this media game, watching him since the very beginning. Used to be a radio DJ on 100.3 The Beat out here in Philadelphia. I'm not in Philly, but we listen to a lot of Philadelphia radio stations being where I'm from. So I listened to Charlamagne the God and Wendy Williams as a kid, you know what I mean, as a high schooler. And watching him and his growth has definitely been something that I can appreciate, something that I can respect. But being in this game the last couple of years and seeing things for what they are and seeing things behind the scenes that aren't typically seen in front of the camera, I can say that my outlook on that has slightly changed a little bit, and I'll get into that at another date and another time. I have absolutely no problem with Lakeith standing his ground. I have a ton of respect for Lakeith Stanfield, not only as an actor, but as a person. Would love to have him on the platform because as a thinker, I really just appreciate and admire the way he thinks in his mind, and I think it would be a great interview to have on our platform. And I think that he's one of them brothers that we need to hear from more. You understand what I'm saying? He's very mysterious in a way, doesn't give people too much, and that's understandable as well. But when he sees things that he doesn't like, when he sees the fuck shit, in particular what we're dealing with today, he calls it out, and I have no problem with it. But y'all leave a comment in the comment section and let me know what y'all think of this whole ordeal. I'm sure that most of my subscribers are going to ride inside with Lakeith in this situation, but I also know that I have some fans of Charlamagne the God as well. So I'm very curious to see what y'all think of this situation. Is Lakeith right about Charlamagne the God and black media, certain black media outlets? Is Charlamagne justified in throwing jabs? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Definitely appreciate each and one of y'all time. Definitely appreciate y'all staying around for this video to listen to my commentary. This is Sandman, Viral Hip Hop News. Hit that like button, smash that notification bell, and of course, if you like what you're listening to and you're watching, please share this video. That's all I got. Getting ready for the podcast. Got some great interviews lined up for y'all. Y'all stay tuned for that. But without further ado, with all that being said, Sandman, Viral Hip Hop News. I'm out. Peace.